The Dogwood Festival, Atlanta, Georgia. A giant annual celebration of the beauty of the city of Atlanta and the coming of the Camel GT Challenge Race to Road Atlanta in Gainesville, Georgia. Road Atlanta, the third race of the 1976 Camel GT Challenge Series, sanctioned by the International Motorsports Association. 15 races for over $500,000 in prize money. A road racing series that will see over 300 drivers from all parts of the United States, Canada, Mexico, and at least 6 other countries. A series that will see the top drivers from Formula 5000, NASCAR, Trans Am, and SCCA competing with the top IMSA drivers. They will be competing in 15 races on 10 different courses across the United States. Most, like Road Atlanta, are road courses. Twisty, hilly, demanding courses that tax not only the cars, but the drivers to the fullest extent. Courses like Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, Lime Rock in Connecticut, Mid-Ohio, Brainerd in Minnesota, Mid-America near St. Louis, Sears Point and Riverside in California. Some of the courses are combination high-bank super speedways with road courses in the infield, like Daytona, Ontario, California, Talladega, Alabama, and Pocono, Pennsylvania. And there is an airport course for the world-famous 12 Hours of Sebring. The first 2 races of the season are endurance events. For those, the drivers usually choose to go with last year's proven and dependable cars. But the third race here at Atlanta is the first of the 100-mile sprints. It is here that you will see the new machinery, new innovations, and untried hopes. And it looks as if the bright stars for this year might be the all-American GT cars, hybrid race cars built from American production automobiles. IMSA's president, John Bishop, wisely foresaw the need for an all-American GT class to challenge the dominance of the European Porsche and BMWs. Today, there will be 8 Monzas, a Cobra II, and a flock of Camaros and Corvettes to meet that challenge. One driver who has made the decision to change to the Monza is Al Holbert. Holbert won the race here at Atlanta in a Porsche in 1974 and again in 1975. Can he do it again for an unprecedented third time in a new and untried car? The Chevrolet Monzas have been on the circuit for only 1 year with a record of mechanical failures and DNFs. Can he do it against Peter Gregg, series champion for the past 3 consecutive years? Gregg moved from the Porsche to the more powerful and faster factory-backed BMW. Can he do it against Michael Kaiser, who moved into a Monza from a Porsche and who ironically co-drove with Holbert to a win in the last race? Can he do it against John Greenwood, driving the fastest Chevrolet Corvette in the world? Can he win against Charlie Kemp in the new Cobra II? To Charlie, Atlanta is like driving in his own backyard. Can he do it against the Trans Am winning Camaro of Carl Schaefer? Can Holbert beat the challenge of the other 7 Monzas, or the 10 very dependable and fast Porsche Carreras, or the other 6 Corvettes, or the 6 Camaros, 2 Panteras, and 17 hot under 2.5-liter cars?
Turn the differential oil pump on now.
In practice, the car handles beautifully. Its engine is strong. Holbert is ready. Because of the number of entries and the desire for all drivers to have an equal chance at the prime starting positions for the 100-mile feature race, John Bishop has divided the cars into equal groups for 2 10-lap qualifying races. In the first heat, Carl Schaefer in the number 21 Camaro took a commanding lead, only to retire in the 5th lap with serious engine problems. Peter Gregg, the winningest driver in IMSA history, went on to win, with Kaiser second and Greenwood third. For Schaefer and his crew, it's into the garage area for a frantic engine change to try and make the grid this afternoon. In the second heat, Al Holbert jumps into the lead in the first lap in his new Monza and leads all the way. Holbert won his heat at a faster average speed than Peter Gregg. so for the first time in the history of the Camel GT Series, a Monza All-American GT car will be on the pole. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the feature race of the weekend, the 100-mile Camel GT Challenge Race. 100 miles of racing on the most difficult course on the IMSA circuit. Road Atlanta's 11 twisting, turning, torturous miles. On the pole from Warrington, Pennsylvania, Al Holbert, driving the W.D. Crawley Chevrolet Monza, car number 14. Having won the 12 Hours of Sebring and finishing second in the 24 Hours of Daytona, driving a Porsche, Holbert is currently the series point leader with 35 points. On the outside, in the beautiful blue and white number 59 BMW, is Peter Gregg of Jacksonville, Florida. He has won more Camel GT races than any other driver. He is presently second to Holbert in the point standings. In the number 3 spot, car number 37, John Greenwood, Mr. Corvette out of Troy, Michigan. John, you built the car, and no one can drive it any faster than you can. Number 4 spot is the beautiful white Monza number 1, driven by Michael Kaiser of Towson, Maryland. Another Porsche driver switching to the Monza. He is presently in 3rd place with 20 points. The 3rd row inside position, another new All-American GT car, number 23, the Cobra 2, driven by Charlie Kemp of Jackson, Mississippi. 3rd row outside, Mike Brockman from Beverly Hills, California, in car number 76, John Greenwood's last year's Corvette. 4th row inside, Bob Hagestad, Denver, Colorado, in the first of the Porsche Carreras, car number 56. Bob is tied for 3rd place in the point standings, having finished 4th in both Daytona and Sebring. 4th row outside, another Monza, car number 28, driven by John Morton of El Segundo, California. John has been a consistent Trans Am winner and is several times SCCA national champion in a Datsun. 5th row inside, car number 30, another Porsche Carrera, driven by George Dyer of Woodside, California. And on the 5th row outside, it's the 10th place car on the grid, Paul Miserello from Springfield, Pennsylvania, in another Monza, car number 38. There's your top 10 starters. 4 Monzas, 1 BMW, 2 Corvettes, a Cobra 2, and 2 Porsches. And what a field, what a race this is going to be. Here's the rest of the lineup. 11th place, car number 0, another Monza driven by Steve Baer from New York City. 12th place, Hugh Kleinpeter, Miami, Florida, in a Pantera number 86. 13th place, John Gunn, Miami, Florida, Porsche Carrera number 11. 14th place, Ludwig Heimrath, Scarborough, Ontario, Carrera number 74. 15th place, J.C. Bolanos, Mexico City, Mexico, Porsche Carrera number 9. 16th place, Jim Truman, Columbus, Ohio, in a Monza number 5. 17th place, Bob Sharp, Wilton, Connecticut, in the fastest of the smaller engine GTU cars, the beautiful red and white Datsun Z, number 33, and the defending under 2.5 liter champion. 18th place, George Stone, Arlington, Virginia, Carrera, number 8. 19th place, Brad Frizzell, El Segundo, California, Datsun Z, number 47. 20th place, Jerry Lancaster, Parma, Ohio, Corvette, number 46. And there's the first 20 cars of a field of 51 beautiful and powerful race cars, all going for a share of the $25,000 prize money. Okay, they're under the bridge, and the leaders are coming down the hill. The pace car is pulling off. Here they come, and they get the green. Holbert grabs the lead. And at turn 2, it's Holbert, Gregg, Greenwood, Kaiser, and Kemp. Schaefer, who started in 48th position because he did not finish in the qualifying race, moves into 17th place at the end of the first lap. He has passed 31 cars in one lap. On the first corner of the second lap, Michael Kaiser passed Greenwood to move into the third spot. It's down the winding hill with Holbert stretching his lead over the BMW. On the third lap, Kaiser pours it on and passes Gregg. Can Kaiser catch Holbert? Already the leaders are starting to lap slower cars. If Holbert gets trapped in traffic, Kaiser might do it. But by the fifth lap, Holbert has built up a 3-second lead over Kaiser. Oh, Carl Schaefer loses it coming under the bridge. The car doesn't appear to be damaged, but that will cost him some very valuable time. Peter Gregg in the BMW is now losing 1.5 seconds per lap to the Monzas. And it looks like Carl Schaefer might have done some damage when he went off the course on corner 10. This hard-driving Trans Am winner from Wyoming, Illinois is parking his Camaro. Holbert continues to lead and keeps pulling away from Kaiser. He now has a 4-second lead over the second-place car. And John Greenwood pulls into the pit road on the 11th lap. That means Mike Brockman in the other Greenwood-built Corvette moves into the 4th spot. In the under 2.5-liter cars, Bob Sharp in the number 33 Datsun Z car is leading, followed very closely by Brad Frizzell in another Datsun. Car number 23, Charlie Kemp, after driving a beautiful race in the Cobra 2, retired on the 20th lap with overheating and bad brakes. By the 21st lap, only 7 cars are still on the same lap: 14, 1, 59, 76, 28, 56, and 30. Kaiser has closed to within 1 second of Holbert. Can he catch him? But Holbert gets the word from his pit crew that number 1 is breathing down his neck, so he pours it on, while a very dejected-looking Carl Schaefer watches from the sidelines. Within 10 laps, Holbert puts 6 seconds between himself and the hard-driving Michael Kaiser. And Bob Sharp blows a tire. Whoa, look at that! Okay, he's getting out of the car and walking away. The car looks totally destroyed, but he is okay. This moves Brad Frizzell into the first place in the under 2.5-liter cars. Holbert's driving is a perfect picture of consistency. At the end of 10 laps, his average speed was 102.8 miles per hour. At the end of 15 laps, it was 102.6 miles per hour. At the end of 20 laps, it was 102.7 miles per hour. And at the end of 30 laps, Holbert's average speed was still a remarkable 102.7 miles per hour. He has led this race from the beginning, and including all of the traffic he must weave through in lapping the slower cars, he is driving as near a perfect race as any driver has ever done here at Road Atlanta. But not all drivers are this consistent. Some of them seem to be having a bit of trouble. Is now 13 seconds ahead of Kaiser and 59 seconds ahead of Gregg, but he doesn't let up and laps the 4th place, car number 76. And here he comes. Here's your winner, Al Holbert. What a race, and what a driver. These Camel GT Challenge races, it's anybody's guess who will win. In the first 3 races of the season, there were 3 different makes of cars taking that checker flag. Preparation, weather, the course, and luck all have a part in the outcome. But over the 15-race series, it's the best drivers in the best prepared cars that win the lion's share of the Camel Filter's $60,000 point fund. Just part of the more than $575,000 in total cash awards paid to the competitors. Holbert's win now gives him a strong grip on the championship for 1976. Al Holbert, a very happy young man. And second place finisher, Michael Kaiser. They have turned the tide of European dominance. They have put this day on the calendar as the day of the Monza.
Not bad. Hey, Mr. Camel. Al, hey, Michael. Hey, Michael. Congratulations. Good to see you again. No, it's good to have you. Robert. Hey, yeah.